So, the white boy seems to be into selling drugs on the corner now.
Downfall on the morning, they tryna harm a nigga. I must have the shiny insights, all these bitches want trauma, nigga. I'm in a bulletproof whip with the armor, nigga. Yeah. See how I slide, nigga, I slide. Get this shit started, my nigga. I know some motherfucking hard, my nigga. I'm going hard, my nigga. I'm going in, my nigga, like, yeah, my nigga.
I mean,
so happy he got them pieces off.
Very happy. Seems like he kind of wants to, you know, play a larger part maybe in some of this.
Yeah, he ain't gonna be no corner boy though. It'll probably Kane will probably, now that we've seen what's going on with him, he'll probably try to recruit him maybe, but I don't think he'll go because he's loyal to Tariq. Mm-hmm. He showed a little bit more than I was expecting out of that situation, to be honest. I didn't know how they was gonna make it work. To be honest with you, real life, they probably would have punched bro and took everything out the bag. I was thinking that the whole time. I was like, man, they're about to sign this nigga.
You got
like,
all
man,
that? Oh,
right. As soon as he got the flash, and I was expecting somebody to go,
yeah, come out, grab his shit, and just dip. Like, because what is he going to do?
I'm expecting somebody to clean him up and run off with the bag. Because, right, he was there alone. You know he ain't got no gun. You know what I'm saying? He came all friendly and shit. Like, oh, yeah, bro, let me see what you
I thought bro said he was going to make a call real quick. I thought that was to line him up.
See, I thought it was over. But nah, he came out true. It was cool. I liked Brayden in this episode. Things that kind of threw me off is how, like, Tariq he's not seeming to pick up on what's going on with what's her name? Brayden's girlfriend?
I can't remember her name. Sax's niece.
Proctor's niece, yeah. Or Sax's niece. Yeah. He's not his antennas ain't up. And I understand he's in a million different places right now, but like, dog, she asking all kind of questions. She asking all kind of cop-ass questions, like, oh, yeah, you know, would you tell me if Brayden was actually in trouble? And da-da-da-da. She's looking through your shit when you're not there. Like, you walk into her going through your shit. Like, come on,
and
man.
Just leave her in there when you go to talk to homegirl.
Where are your shit at, dog?
And then you play chess with her after that? Bro, come on.
They did go and play a whole game of chess.
Bro, you're not about to violate my room and then play chess with me, dog.
But did y'all notice how when they played chess, it ended in a stalemate?
Yeah. I think that was a little bit of foreshadowing. If that is his greatest foe in this whole thing,
I hope
not Davis McLean, not Sachs, not Monet, not Kane, not any of them, but the chick, the mole, Sachs's mole. Come on, man. Yeah, they got to get her up through. Also, I think what's the name? Trace is going to be a problem going forward too, because he doesn't seem to want to have any parts of this at all.
Yeah, I mean he shouldn't because he's a fuck up.
He's a bitch. So.
Gonna get more burn?
Who's that?
Huh?
2-Bit. Now that he's out of jail.
Hot take prediction: 2-Bit is going to be Tariq's new soldier. It's just the way that stuff falls in line for him. Tariq, and like shit just seems to fall in place for him. 2-Bit's gonna be a soldier.
2-Bit don't really have nothing else to go back to, so
this is how we get Tommy back. This is how we get Tommy back.
Ooh, okay. There's plot seeds.
Yeah.
Hold on. So he starts working for Tariq, right? Earns Tariq's trust, becomes his right-hand man, and then feeds him to Tommy once Tommy makes his return. They need to let me write. They need to let me write.
Go back up. Yeah, I feel like Tommy's gonna pop back up, but before the season is over.
Before the season is over.
For this season?
But like when?
Well, he got his own show, so I don't even think he has to show back up really per se in this one because he got another one coming.
How many episodes are left of the season?
3.
4?
Nah, it's 4 total that was in the back half of this season. So this was the first one. Should be 3 more, I think. Did y'all notice that this one was longer? It was like an hour or some change.
Hour and a half.
It was like an hour and a half or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all were right about this nigga Tariq being late everywhere.
Everywhere he goes,
everywhere he goes, he's fucking late.
Nigga don't got a Metro card, Uber tokens, nigga.
Like, come on, bruh. Get your shit together.
Another thing that was interesting to me was the seeming to the breakup, right, with Kane and Monet.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be an interesting split because Kane is her muscle. Kane is her muscle. Like, ain't nobody scared of Drew. What is what's old girl's name? Diana. What is Diana gonna do? Kane is they muscle. Like, he's the intimidation factor of that family. So it's interesting to see how that's gonna play out, how their family dynamic is gonna play out when that aspect is gone. On the flip side, you kind of had to get him up out of there because it's like,
we'll find out Kane is Kanan's real son.
And that's why he's not Puerto Rican at all. I don't know how they made that.
Bro, I'm like, how are you really trying to convince me like that's his dad? But I think they said though, I don't think he's his biological father, because I feel like in the beginning of this he said something about like Kane was from another marriage or something like that. I don't think he's supposed to be biological, because you could Drew can definitely pass, right? Diana, even it's a bit of a stretch. She's a little bit closer to Mary Jane than Lorenzo. But Kane, hell no, that's us.
That's Kane.
Is their
black
family,
black?
Is their family what Ghost's family should have been if he had told them all the truth?
What they could have been if he stayed in the streets and didn't go legit.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. It shouldn't have been that, because she's taking away like regular opportunities from her kids to force them to run the drug business. That's not where this is supposed to go. It's funny that it looks like that though, right? Because they're holding this family up, this drug family up, the one that allows their kids to be drenched in it. Like, no, well, they're not lying to their kids, right? And they're kind of propping it up as like this, they're the power team right now. They're running the game. But then you look on the flip side of it, with Ghost trying to be an actual parent, you know what I mean? Trying to keep his kids out of the life, out of the game, not having to deal with any of that. And it's like that's what crumbled. That's what all came down. So it is an interesting dynamic. But hell no, they shouldn't have been that. Hell no.
I mean, I'm just saying the way he's living in prison would probably be the same way Ghost would be living in prison, and
Ghost was going to be living in the governor's mansion if it wasn't for his old scoundrel-ass son.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
R.I.P. my nigga Ghost, man. R.I.P. Jamie St. Patrick. What do you guys think is going to happen with Davis and Sachs? Because it seems like now Davis has an ulterior motive to his deal with Sachs. I don't think Sachs is completely on it yet, but he's definitely, after he got his ass handed to him with 2-Bit, I definitely think he's on to something, or he's on to Davis in some kind of way. I just don't know how Davis is going to turn this without feeding Tariq to Sachs. That's going to be the interesting thing, because I don't think he's going to do it now. For some reason, I don't think he's going to do it.
I agree. I just don't know how. Like you said, I don't know exactly how, but it does kind of look that way.
But not in the obvious way until after. You know how normally when they get their vengeance, it's obvious that, yeah, I betrayed you, but it's going to be in some little slick way where he's not going to realize till after the fact, like, damn, this nigga really swindled me out of this.
Yeah.
It's not going
I think the 2-Bit thing, it caught him off guard, right? Because now it essentially exonerated Tasha. Right, which is kind of was they plan, right? Get Tasha off, you give me Tariq. But Davis doesn't seem like the kind of guy who's going to be bending to the whims of Cooper Sachs. You know what I mean? Like, if anybody's going to get around, first of all, the fact that Cooper Sachs is still one of the people alive out of that district attorney's office is crazy to me. It's probably because his ass was fired most of the time.
Yeah.
Right. On leave.
Right, niggas was on leave most of the time. That's why he got saved.
On leave, sneaking and geeking.
But if anybody, I can't see Davis losing to him in any regard. Now, if he end up just offering up Tariq, that's going to open up a whole can of worms, and I don't see where that's going to go with how they've laid out the show so far. If he gives up Tariq, he's giving them up for Ray Ray. He's giving them up for Jamie. He's giving them up for selling drugs, the B&Es with Kanan. He's giving him up for all of that shit because all of that shit's going to come up.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, I don't know. I don't see him giving up Tariq. It's interesting to see how he's going to get out, though. So let's choose real quick. Diana, what's the light-skinned girl's name? Taylor?
Lauren.
Some shit like Lauren, whatever, same thing. Lauren, Diana, and then we can't forget about the chick that snitched on him at Choke. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which one of the three does he end up being with?
Oof. I kind of hope Lauren.
You hope Lauren?
She seems smart. Like, I can't explain it. Like, I feel like Diana is smart streetwise, but, like, Lauren's the one to go with.
I'm starting to see how their roles are lining up because honestly, they're like trying to recreate
Angela
the whole
Tasha.
Yeah. So I'm thinking Diana is Tasha. I'm thinking that's the woman that he ultimately ends up with because she doesn't give it up, like she pursues it more. I think Lauren, because she doesn't have, the kind of restrictions that Diana does, and she wasn't born into the same type of family, her upward mobility is a little bit different. You know what I mean? She could end up being a congressman somewhere, you know what I'm saying, and leave Tariq and all his bullshit behind. Yeah. So that's not necessarily what Diana has in the cards for her, at least not right now with Monet in charge. So I think ultimately because of accessibility, like they're going to be there for the foreseeable future until they find a way to make Tariq take over Monet's organization, which is where I think obviously that's headed. But for now, they're going to be in close proximity, and Lauren got a lot of other shit going on, right? She got her own future. She's not wrapped up in the drug game. She can focus on school, so she's going to take off and go somewhere, right? And
but you don't think that
lost love.
You don't think that her parents wanting a certain life for her and her boyfriend that keeps popping up at the worst moments, you don't think she's going to try to stray away from that in some sort of...
That's what makes her Angie. That's what makes her Angela. Yeah, that's what makes her Angela.
Still entertain it for a little bit, but it won't go past a certain point. Because
more and more of Tariq's dealing... First of all, the whole course correct shit, right? Let's talk about that for a second. So, like, it's dope for a second until you start thinking about it. Because you got how many of these delivery men walking around with just drugs all up and through the campus, though? And like, so I heard, I think it was, who was it? Mary J. Blige, right? She said when Diana was explaining it to her, she was like, well, if anybody snitches, then they get themselves caught up. But, okay, so let's run this scenario. I'm some white suburban dude delivering Xanax and whatever else to these co-eds, right? And I get caught up. And they sit me down in the office and say, look, you're going to get expelled, you're going to jail, and whatever scholarship money that we done already paid, we want that shit back. So then now I'm leveraging you and all of that shit versus whoever the fuck gave you these goddamn pills.
Do the people doing the drop-offs know who they working for?
Right. Nobody knows who started that.
I don't think they know Tariq is the man behind it, though. I don't think they know Tariq is behind it.
So it doesn't ultimately lead back to him, but the infrastructure, the business could crumble in a day. Mm-hmm. The business itself could crumble in a day. Right? So I guess it's smart from the standpoint that he's isolated, right? He doesn't have anything connecting him to it. That is smart. But I don't see like long-term viability. They got to find a way to transition that out of just delivering drugs door to door in the dorm rooms. Like that's hot. That's hot as fuck. It's hot as shit.
Yeah.
And it's too many people involved for it not to get out eventually. There's too many heads that know about it. They don't know who's running it all, but it's too many heads involved with it for it to stay a secret for forever.
True. Well, any other thoughts on Power, the last episode at all?
What'd you say? Nigga Raina.
R.I.P. Raina. R.I.P. Jamie. R.I.P. my nigga.
What's the nigga? The Spanish dude that they killed, Julio.
Julio. Yeah.
Julio, and then RP. What was the lawyer's name?
Hey, Julio went out like a G. Julio went out like a G.
Julio and RP, my nigga Proctor. He realist trying to hold it down for niggas, but they ain't care about him enough.
Bro, Proctor was trying to keep everybody out of jail, and Tommy's crazy ass. Like, oh my God. Well, you know what? At the end of the day, at the very end, like, I feel like Tommy spent like 2 seasons talking about how Proctor was going to get them fucked up. And Proctor was never trying to get them fucked up until the very end. Until Tommy basically forced that nigga into a deal. Like, look, all right, man, what else can I do? You're going to try to kill me either way.
Facts. R.I.P. Keisha.
Yeah, R.I.P. Keisha. I keep forgetting that Tasha shot Keisha in the head. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Where her son at? Where her son at, man? Where that little nigga?
Cash. She dropped him off with Jesse Williams at the end of Ghost.
Jesse Williams was really on there for like 20 seconds.
Jesse Williams was bro's father, was Cash's father. Like, hold on, bro. Hold on, Jesse Williams. You making Grey's Anatomy money. Why was she sleeping with Tommy anyways?
That was the most this person to be that nigga's dad.
Like. Random as fuck. Trying hard as fuck to put his toughest hood voice
Just as crazy is having Lorenz Tate's brother playing his brother on the show.
His brother on the show?
I was like, really? Really?
That's a funny shit.
Hell no.
Thanks for watching another Back of the Bus Squad episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
Want to check out another episode related to this, go ahead and click that video to the left.
And if you want to catch up on some of our other episodes, make sure you click the playlist below.